Hello and welcome to another episode of MUGA. I'm joined by some regulars, some newbies who are becoming regulars, and an old friend who, to be honest with you, don't even know what he looks like. Dr. Michael, what are you saying, brother? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, it's been a minute. I ain't been here for a while, but it's good to be back as always, man.
Good to
Good to
have
be
you on.
back after a decent result as well.
Congratulations are in order. Number two, baby number two, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, Dada two now. Yeah, it's chaos.
Sick.
It's
Yeah,
chaos. So this
they
is the
smashed his
reprieve for
camera.
me.
That's why he's I know you're fighting for your life, man.
Oh man, this is the break.
Yeah. A reprieve, calm. Also joined by TG, coming a bit of a regular. TG, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How's everyone? Hope everyone's well. Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely thought this pod would be off the back of a loss. So anything else is positives, man. Disu, what you saying, my good brother?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, cool. Before we start, I've got to do the usual plug the socials, TLF_Muga, mainly a vehicle for Seb to war with Lagos Reds, Surulere Reds. So we'll keep that going. Patreon, we definitely owe you a stepped on Patreon this week. Me and Disu, 4 games. Player ratings for our last player ratings for our last 4 games. Um, and if you're on the visual thing, then TLF_Muga on the YouTube. The subscribers are going up. Subscribe, like, share if you're somebody who's into the visuals. And if you're someone who can't wait a day for the visuals, subscribe to the Patreon as well. Cheapest £5 a month. Cheapest chips for all that content. Anyway, let's get into it. It's Manchester United, so 9 times out of 10, it's going to be all eyes on me. I can't remember the last time we played on a Saturday at 3 p.m. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an all eyes on me special. And we had our favourites, our old rivals, Arsenal, at home. Disu, going into that game, how are you feeling? Arsenal coming to Old Trafford, which has not been a fortress under Ruben Amorim.
I was worried that we could get embarrassed. They have a pretty decided size advantage over us in terms of like height and power of players. They're a much better team. They know how to play football. They can transition the ball through the phases well. And we actually can't defend, even though we play 55 defenders, we can sit back and still the opponent usually finds the second balls and gets there first. And all those kind of scrappy goals go against us, especially with Arsenal's ability to be very good with set pieces and crosses. So I expected us to lose pretty comfortably, to be fair.
Fair enough. Was that opinion echoed by UTG and Michael?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely saw like maybe like a 2-0 or maybe like a 3-1. I just thought there was no hope going into this game. And I thought like Arsenal would be a bit rejuvenated after their pamming of PSV during the week. But yeah, the only thing that was in my mind was at OT, they don't seem to actually like touch us at OT like that. So that was the only optimism that I had for the game. But yeah, apart from that, I thought we was going to get spanked, to be fair.
OT, OT. There's never much love when we go OT. So let's quickly run through the lineup yesterday. So Onana in goal had a back three of Mateus de Ligt at right centre back, which I think is clearly his best position. Lindelof, the ghost of Lindelof in the 8 of the 7-year project. Lenny Yoro at left centre back. Got a midfield 4 of the wing backs, Mazraoui at right wing back and Diogo Dalot at left wing back. Midfield pairing of Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. And then you had Joshua Xerxes up top with Christian Eriksen and Alejandro Garnacho behind him. When you saw that lineup, Michael, how scared were you?
Do you know what? Christian Eriksen, yeah. He can't run. I know he's well established, and Ruben Amorim found that out when he played him and Casemiro in the middle against Newcastle, and they were running absolute rings on us. So why did he go from thinking a man that can't run, I'm gonna put him in the inside 10 forward position? Like the whole point of the system is that your wing backs can run and the tens can run. This man hasn't got the athleticism to do either of those things. So I didn't get it, but I guess that just shows how desperate he is with the squad, and obviously I know it's to the bare bones. The subs bench yesterday.
Yeah, let me read that out. So we had Dermot Mee, Ellie Harrison, Aidan Heaven, Harry Amass, Toby Collier, Jack Fletcher, Jack Morehouse, Rasmus Hoyland, and Chido Obi. So a stellar bench.
Bro, you need Reams on to tell us who those are, because I don't know the academy players like that. I'll be very frank. So yeah, we're at the bare bones. We've got injury list is as long as a first team 11. You know what I mean? So I know it's desperate, but it just shows he's lack of confidence in Hoyland right now, because normally you'll play Hoyland and have Xerxes and Garnacho as the 10s, as he did in Sociedad, but he's obviously Hoyland's so out of form, as we saw with his sort of touches or lack thereof in the second half, that he went with Ericsson at the 10 and one of the 10. So I knew we were in trouble when I saw that.
Yeah, fair enough. How about you, Disu? You already kind of flagged how wary you were pre-game, but when you saw the lineup, was that a confirmation that things may get a bit sticky?
Yeah, because I already knew who was available, so the lineup wasn't much of a particular surprise. I think Ericsson was a surprise. I thought that he might maybe start with Chido because he's been coming on for Hoyland, but or he's going to start with Hoyland and have Xerxes and Garnacho as the 2 10s. So yeah, I thought the lineup was pretty much business as usual. I was like, okay, cool, we're gonna get packed.
It's gonna be a cooking. All right, that's not exactly how it planned out for Arsenal. Let's talk a bit about the first half. We didn't talk much about the first half in the main pod yesterday. What are your thoughts on our first half performance?
Me?
Yeah, this is sir.
Oh, I don't think it was a good performance at all. I think the first 15 to 20 minutes we surrendered too much possession, too much territory to Arsenal, and they were able to kind of pull us from side to side, but they just couldn't really find cutting edge. I think they did get a good shot of Moreno, like not on the edge of the box, but inside the box was a good opportunity for him to hit the target with his left foot, and he kind of dragged it wide. And on our left-hand side, their right-hand side, there was numerous times when the runs of Timber was kind of getting in behind our back line, and Partey was scooping in that ball over the top, which was dangerous. And when we start to track that run from Timber, then Odegaard will pop out to the right, and then he'll be free. But thankfully, he didn't really do too much of it. Apart from one time, he played a very, very good scoot through ball for Trossard, who just couldn't get a good enough connection, which was a big chance. So that wasn't particularly good. But as the half went on, Arsenal kind of ran out of ideas. And it's not to say that we were really doing anything, because we couldn't, because Xerxes and Ericsson were playing like complete and utter cowards. And there's certain way, for somebody who's played football, I'm not saying I played at a high level, but you can kind of tell when people do certain things on a football pitch, yeah, when it's out of cowardice, right? An example of this is Russia 2018, and Henderson just booted the ball every time the ball came to him against Croatia. Yeah, because he didn't want to get caught in the ball, so he just booted it, right? One example of this that Xerxes was doing against Arsenal was when the ball comes to him, he was just trying to play it first time, whether it be a flick or first time pass, every single time. Ericsson was doing random little backheel flicks when the ball came to him first time, because he didn't want to be able to hold the ball up against the Arsenal defenders who were very powerful and very aggressive, right? And if you try to flick the ball and just come off, oh, I tried something. No, you're being ridiculous, right? So the ball just gets on coming back, and then eventually, from just like pretty much like a kind of a lofted ball towards the right-hand channel, I think Calafiori won the header. I'm not sure whoever won the header, and then was it Garnacho who bear down on the box and he got fouled?
Yeah.
And then we get the free kick. Raya, I don't know what he was doing, and I think after Raya positioned himself that way, I think Bruno really concentrated on getting a good connection, because it wasn't right in the corner. Because usually when you see free kicks and they miss, the ball goes over the bar or just past the post because they're trying to bend it right into the corner. I think he just really focused on getting a great connection, and with a good connection, Ryan getting there in time. And
Yeah, good connection. I'll make sure he gets on target, and whatever happens from there happens from there. Raya's too small.
He knows he's too small still, therefore.
He was very oddly positioned, because for me, you're really relying on the wall to not let the ball get over, and you didn't need to be all the way that far to the left, right? Because the left side, he would have needed to get it over the wall and beat you in the corner that you were standing in. So he definitely could have been like 2 or 3 paces further to the right, but that was our gift. So we go in, against the run of play, 1-0 up, something to defend. And I think we came out in the second half when we were on it. What were your thoughts, TG?
When Bruno scored, I was actually quite worried because I was thinking Arsenal had so much of the ball that if they come out and play and get an early goal in that second half, they could actually take that record, the halftime record. But then when I actually look into it, they weren't really creating much in that first half. So it's like I just didn't know where that goal was going to come from. The second half, we started well. We created a bit more opportunities in the second half. I thought Mazraoui played very well yesterday in the second half. He was just positive with the ball, always forward thinking. Garnacho as well. I think that's probably the best performance I've seen from Garnacho in a long time. He just wasn't like turning over the ball uselessly. He was actually creating like opportunities. He's very tunnel vision though, but it was good. It was more positive in the second half. It was way less dross than that first half showing. That first half showing was too boring, man.
Okay, fair. I want to actually come across to you and re-engage in a conversation we had last week. I'm sure you'll know which one that was. Obviously, you and Alex were very adamant that
Capitano.
You and Alex were adamant that he's an awful player. Like I repeated, MUGA. We were first on this guy's not good train, but it's only right that when his performance,
we give him his praise. Yeah.
So
you're right. I gotta put my hands up in it. Like Bruno has shown, okay, he has separated himself from the bums that we have in this team, and we have to give him his applause. That pains me very much to say, but I'm an honest man. Do you get what I'm saying? So, just time and time again in this team, he's just standing up. I can't lie. It's just like, well, what can I say now, broski? The match is local. Well, I'll just put it on the table for now. You get me?
He had a few big chances in that game, Michael. Let's talk through them. Get your thoughts. So the first one I remember, I think this was the first of the lot. Was it Mazraoui's that was first?
Wing back to wing back.
Yeah,
you know, Dallo put in a good ball on the left foot. Near the end of the game, he had another chance to do that. He scuffed it, but this time he put in a good ball, wing back to wing back. And obviously, all you can hope for is a good connection and hit it, keep it hard, keep it low, which Mazraoui did. It wasn't in the corner, which would have been obviously the preference, but at the end of the day, he's a defender, so you can't expect too much. And
but he can't get. Sorry to cut you. You can't get it into the corner unless it was probably going to the corner. But the angle he was at, it would have to go through the keeper's leg area for it to find the corner. And that's why it was such a good save, because he managed to get like he literally did everything right apart from full on hit it on his laces, like through the keeper or like roof it, which is a very difficult technique to do. And it's always best to go for the technique. He didn't catch it completely true, but I think he did enough to score. And I think that's just a top save.
Quality save, man. Mad save. Still.
Yeah, 100%. He did what he expected. Did what he was expected to do, and he
actually did better. He did better than I thought he would do. That's the best.
You thought Rose it?
Just mishit it, but that's actually the best performance he's had in a good few months.
Yeah. He may have to stay under Ramadan conditions.
He's locked in, bro. He's locked in still.
He
is. I'm serious. Like even near the end, when he set up the chance for Bruno, like I was like, where did that score come from?
Yeah,
he
bro.
He led Rice for dead.
When you're fasting, you're locked in.
He's locked in, broski.
Your vision is clear. Cool. So then, Disu, we had the back heel from your boy Big Czar, Joshua Xerxes. There's a Lebo grill in Halsden now. Do with that what you will. But yeah, what were your thoughts on how he took the chance and his second half performance? Because he was dire in the first half.
He was much better in the second half, but that's not particularly saying much, to be honest. He should have scored. I don't mind the attempted technique because I think where the ball landed, it kind of made sense. But he just got to get more purchase on it with like maybe the edge of his boot so it goes away from the goalkeeper. So if you're gonna do that, you got to catch it. You got to catch it cleanly. But yeah, he should have scored. He really should have scored. And this is the problem, right? Where because if he just takes like the chances he should score, then people will be able to trick themselves into liking him as a player. Because cool, he's got his technique. He can dribble. Like his ball strike when it comes to passing is actually very mad. Like, but when it comes to actually shooting, the ball striking is not bad. I think the only time I've seen him hit a clean strike was a goal he scored the other day. That was the first time he's actually hit the ball very cleanly.
He needs to think of the shots as a pass.
Yeah,
You're passing into the goal.
Yeah, he needs to pass into the corner.
Yeah. Hey, see that? See, hey, that's Garnacho right there, but it's actually the goal. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think if he had, because of the Big Czar nickname, I kind of taken a liking to him because of what United fans did to him, which I just do not like or respect. Because their boy Højlund is now on 19 games, no, 20 games. Is it now 20 games, no goal?
Brother.
Yeah. So it would have been nice for him to tuck that one as well, but
Yeah, there was a little argument I was having in one of my group chats about where the ball landed for Xerxes, because one of my friends was basically saying he didn't need to flick it, but I feel like that's the only way he probably would have scored in that situation. My thing is, if he's gonna flick it like that, like Disu said, you actually have to get enough purchase on it for it to go past the keeper, or for me, flick it near post and like surprise Raya. But I just feel like Xerxes was much better in that second half. To be fair, much better.
He was. Is there a world where rather than back heeling it, he just touches it and then slots it into the near post? Or am I asking?
I'll probably have to see it again because I can't remember it. I think I've only seen the chance when it happened. So maybe I'm just chatting shit, and maybe he's actually a bozo. Let me even go see if I can find the chance.
No, I watched the chance a couple times because obviously that was a heated argument. I feel like it was awkward. If any other finish would have just been too awkward, maybe like a stab with his left foot. But it was just the direction he was running in. I just feel like the flick. I see the intention with the flick still.
Yeah, fair, cool. And then the last one was right at the death. Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho does well to keep it in. Like you mentioned, Michael Mazraoui fizzes a pass across.
You missed a couple of Højlund one steal.
Yeah.
No, we'll get into the chances. Like,
you're saving that. You're saving that.
It's loaded.
Let me at him.
Larry fizzes it across the box. Bruno Fernandes gets there. I think makes a good connection. I was actually impressed he was able to even get the shot on target just because of how many Arsenal defenders were in between him and the
I disagree. I disagree still.
Go on.
I feel like because I've watched the highlights a couple times. I've even slowed it down to 0.75 and that because the arguments I've been having. The shot wasn't in the corner the way people are like making out to be. Like, and I feel like
no, it wasn't in the corner at all. But I'm saying I think if he tried to go for the corners, it would have got blocked.
I feel like he should just roof that shot, bro. Like I just feel like if he just went for pure power there and he just roofs it.
I think I agree with Morayo, because. And the angle he was coming towards the ball, he couldn't. It was actually a good technique from the Bruno strike. It's because he couldn't put his foot in a position to get it into the corner. So the strike, usually that power should beat the keeper.
Yeah, I feel like he should just roof it.
I think Raya did a Mazin.
Little reversals to the other side, maybe.
No, but to be fair, it's actually low key. If we're keeping it short, it was kind of unfortunate for Bruno because, as Morayo said, where he wasn't on the field at the time, the pressure on him, he actually did everything he was meant to do. Obviously, if he roofs it, it goes in. But usually those cutbacks, you don't need to roof it. You just
hit the target.
And the power usually beats the keeper. But Raya, what Raya did was amazing was, first of all, Mazraoui did brilliant on the first touch to take it past Rice, get separation. See, bro, Mazraoui could do that in the box.
Alhamdulillah.
But our strikers can't do that.
No, they can't.
It was beautiful. Turn one way, inflicted the rest. I loved it.
Yeah, but as soon as that ball is going towards Bruno, Raya has already made up his mind and he's flown to the other side of the goal. And because of how well Arsenal as a team closed down, it didn't give Bruno the opportunity to give him the eyes or do anything else.
No, I feel like there's someone behind him, and then there was like one or two players in front of him.
Right next to him.
Saliba was in front of him, and then he had the two man coming either side. So they'll put
if there's nobody around Bruno. If Bruno isn't getting closed down with that level of velocity, he is 100% bagging that.
Yeah, he's bagging it still.
Yeah, whether he's sending it back away, finding a corner, roofing it, but he actually got a very good strike on it, especially the way he was coming into the ball straight. The way he angled his foot, that was actually very dope technique. It was very unfortunate and brilliant goalkeeping. And I'm so annoyed because if that went in, I would have been outside. I would have been outside the Touchy Gooners headquarters, aka Anku's house.
They're also they're calling it touchline gunners now. There's been a HR interference, and they now go by touchline gunners.
I would have been outside Coogie's house.
30 brothers in suits walking to Dunkley's.
Oh, bro, I would have been howling outside Coogie's house.
That would have sent me to the moon. I can't.
Pop-up season.
That would have sent me to the moon still. I can't lie.
Oh my God. Yeah. And listen, a Bruno double.
Yeah.
They would have had to literally pry me off Odegaard's neck. They will have to collect me.
Why I order?
They would need Dwayne Johnson, the Hulk, Captain America, to get me off Odegaard's neck, bro.
I hear you, brother. So for me, on the balance of chances in the second half, we really should have won. Rice, good goal. I don't think there's anything Onana could have done about that. Put it right in the corner. Great strike. He scared me with that
Perry. Brother.
Who did we watch during the week? Allison.
Harry in it.
Bro.
Past the corner.
Hey, when the ball came back to Odegaard,
the box.
When the ball, what minute was that? Was that stoppage time or just before?
Yeah, like 90. It was very late.
What I say, I was so calm. I was like, this brother ain't scoring. So I didn't. I was so calm.
Bro hasn't moved in 40 minutes.
Yeah, bro. I was so calm. But the shot was so feeble, Like Odegaard actually might need to start a career as like a climate change activist. It probably suits his personality a lot more, The shot was so lacking malice that Onana could have just kept it. He didn't actually have to parry it.
I swear down.
And the worst thing about the Onana parries, because I think people need to understand that the keepers actually have to parry, and sometimes they could not actually parry the ball away because of the shot, right? But the problem with the Onana ones is that he is parrying the ball back into the danger area when the shots don't even have enough speed. So you don't actually need to parry it that. So you actually have a lot more control over where you parry it because the shot is not that powerful. So your man are shooting the ball at 5 miles an hour, and he's actually just like he's laying it off for the striker to tap in. Do you know what I mean? Like
like it's volleyball.
Bro, man's throwing up alleys. He's like Luka Doncic. He's throwing up alleys for Jackson Hayes and that. He's crazy.
Yeah, facts.
Even Sir Jim's had enough of him.
Hey, we'll get onto that, Sir Jim. I don't know how much you guys have watched. I watched that.
I need to watch it still.
It's actually quite good, boy.
The first 20 minutes or so. Cool. So let's get on to Rasmus Højlund. He comes on off the bench. He's like, clearly now Amorim has had enough. Put him on the bench. And he comes on and he gets 2 chances. First one, is it Casemiro who makes that tackle?
Yeah.
Casemiro tackles, is it Marino?
Yep.
Yeah,
Marino is it right to Højlund at the edge of the box, the type of area where even last season you would have seen him take a shot, shoot, and at least test the keeper. And Declan Rice is able to come back and make a lasting tackle. Great tackle from Højlund or poor? Great tackle from Rice or poor from Højlund?
Shocking from Højlund. Nah, it's all Højlund. It's all Højlund. I promise you, every other serious attacker, Rice is not getting a chance to tackle him.
Facts. I agree.
If that was Tony Marshall, no matter how washy it is, that's 1-0. 2-1. If that's Rashford, that's 2-1. Because that scenario.
What about Lukaku?
Lukaku is 100% a goal. Lukaku is smashing that straight through Raya because his touch is so bad. It's not only he's taking time,
bro.
His touch is bad. But because his touch is bad, it's giving Rice the opportunity. And Rice, don't get me wrong, Rice does amazing, right? But remember, Højlund is what foot is Højlund? He's left foot. If Højlund gets the ball out of his feet to the left-hand side, Rice can't make that challenge because if he does, it's a penalty.
Yes, he has to clear it.
It's a penalty, right? But because his touch is so bad, the ball is in the middle. So he's probably going to have to take another touch to shoot, or he's not going to get a good strike on the ball because he's kicking the ball in the middle of both of his feet. So that's why that's why Rice was able to make that challenge because he enabled him to, and also the lack of conviction and speed in that. If that was Bruno Fernandes, that is getting
Facts.
the ball balls come to him. Bruno's
Yep.
not even looking at the goal. Bruno is swinging his right foot, and that ball is going to the far corner. Guaranteed goal. If that's a Mard, that's a goal. Even Garnacho's getting a shot off at least. Like
At
Yeah.
least,
he's the
yeah.
only person in our team that's not getting a shot off in that scenario.
Yeah.
Rossi
You
was
do, but
weird.
to come on to that,
At least put the ball in a position where Rice can't get it and Rice has to foul you, and that might be a red card.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
know what I mean? It just
but
sums
do you think a right footer? Do you think Rice
Huh?
is getting that on a right footer? Like someone like Bruno,
Nah,
even obviously.
nope.
Yeah,
like,
bro,
because
he's got a better
he had
chance
to
of
come
getting on
round.
the right foot, though.
He came.
No.
He had to
He
I
came
feel
on
like
the right hand
as a right-
side, didn't he?
But as a right
Yeah.
footer, though, yeah, I feel like naturally you would have taken the touch with your right foot and just opened it up. And once you've opened it up, it's you and the goal, bro. Literally.
The reason why Rice wouldn't have got that if it was right footer, because the right footer would have opened up his right foot and shot. So
Yeah.
if that was Martial, for example, it would have been touch up the foot. And if Rice makes that challenge, he's going to have to clatter Martial
literally.
because Martial's body is in the way.
The legs
going
in the
to
way.
the ball. Yeah.
The legs in
And
the way
before,
between the
to be
man
fair,
and the ball. Got you.
most adequate attackers, Rice is not even getting there in time. The ball is already
Anyone with
being-
conviction, anyone with any
Yeah.
sort of killer conviction is getting that shot
Yeah.
off before Rice gets that tackling.
Yeah, it's just worse that the guy's left footed. So yeah, as you say, just a small touch at your feet, and then he can't even get to it. But yeah, my man, yeah,
And little leg man aren't even having a touch. They just dispatch
Banging it, yeah. Certain man are
Like,
just literally first
killing
time.
obviously this is Kylian Mbappe, but like that's like shows you what can happen in a scenario for players playing with a lot of confidence and that. Like
Of course,
it's just so poor from him. It's so poor. So
At this
poor.
point,
And there-
bro, don't you have shame? He doesn't have no shame. fam.
Remind me of the second chance that he had.
It was a so it was like a counter attack down the left hand side,
Left.
and I think
Garnacho put the
Bruno
ball in.
overlapped to Collier.
Yes,
And
yes.
Collier,
Collier,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
my bad.
And then he kind of like guided the ball with his side foot, and Gabriel got the blocking. Elijah thinks that it's poor from him because Elijah reckons that he should be able to get a more distinct contact. He kind of just let the ball hit him, which gains. I think that's a bit harsh. I probably have to see it a bit more. But
I
from
think
my
It's a good movement
it's a-
point
no,
by
it's a-
him,
it's-
though.
yeah, from my vantage point, I thought that was brilliant from Gabriel.
I was just about to say it's just brilliant from Gabriel. When you watch the replays, that Gabriel literally last ditch, literally just deflects it away, and it's just like, bro, that's gargantuan still.
Yeah, them defenders love it. Them two as a duo. So the Rasmus, even with what Sir Jim said in his interview, I think it's fair to say the Rasmus Højlund experience, experiment, debacle, whatever adjective you want to use to describe these 2 years are coming to an end. Anything else you guys want to call out? Aiden Heaven came off the bench for Lenny Yoro.
I want to because I feel like Euro was having a good game, but
He was.
wobbling. He was wobbling towards the end of the half, and I was like, I don't think he's going to come back out for the second half. And then Hayden, I see him warming up at halftime, winning a couple headers and that. And then when he came on, bro, he was just mad confident. And for me, I love that about him because it's like a lot of our players don't instill me with confidence. And his confidence was just literally just oozing all over the place. And then when he I think he small boyed Martinelli and then he hyped the crowd. I was like, yeah, man, this is like this. We need more of this, bro. Like
he had Martinelli in Belmarsh.
Like, bro, he was very confident, very composed on the ball. I think there was even a passage of play where he had the ball in the middle. Was thinking, fuck this, I'm going towards goal. And then it was just a good like debut performance from him. Still, can't lie. That's not his debut actually. That's like his second game, innit?
Yeah,
I think his Premier League debut.
Oh, Premier League debut. Yeah, man. It was a good showing, man. I think there's something to work with there still.
Yeah, agreed. Good athleticism meant more. So Jim said you could see that tackle Heaven made. It meant something to him.
Yeah.
So obviously with that draw, we go up to 14th, 34 points, 10 games left. We owe the Premier League 6 goals, 28 games, 34 scored, 40 conceded, gents.
Woo.
It's
Hey
peak.
man, it's been scary.
It's peak, bro.
Do you know on FM you could go on holiday to a certain date? Like, I wish we could just go on holiday at the end of the season. We don't even have to watch any of these bad games, bro.
This season's been long.
Just
fam, I can't lie.
simulate to the end of the season, bro.
Yeah. You come back and you're fifth, but you're gonna be fourth, so it don't even matter, to be honest. You know, in a season like you're done with it. Like your best player's injured, you can't win the league. Yeah, just send me just holiday me, bro.
Yeah.
It's done.
Tyler me, cool.
Let me go Lanzarote.
Yeah, come, bro. There we take a point off the ops. Any thoughts? Have you guys learned anything about the team? All I could think was that we're clearly much more set up to play against big teams, but secondly, that if we had some of those players that were out injured, namely Ahmad and Kobe Mainu, the increase in quality in the team and in the final third would have made a world of difference, and we definitely win that. Garnacho was the only attacker we had who could stretch the team or like get in behind.
I thought he did okay. In terms of like maybe creating danger, that wasn't his best game, but in terms of decision making and usage of the ball, that's the best I've seen him play in such a long time. And if he could combine that with like being dangerous and being threatening, then that's more like it, right? Like even just get the ball, tidying the ball, or driving across the goal, and then I ain't got to shoot an angle. Let me play it out wide for somebody left, then get to the box. That is so much better from Garnacho rather than the loose touches, the just the poor decision making. That was a lot better from Garnacho. So it's annoying that Xerxes decided to play like absolute bozo in the first half. I really kind of feel like Amorim kind of bottled it in not playing Chido. Because I think if we played Chido and had Xerxes drop off into the pockets, Xerxes would have helped the midfield a bit more, especially helped us. Because we were trying to hit Xerxes with long balls, Onana, and his goal kicks were really, really poor because Xerxes was just a bit too far away and he wasn't accurate enough. It would have been a lot easier to find Xerxes if he kind of pulled off onto Odegaard, for example, because hit him directly straight to his chest or to his head. And then we know that Chido's movement is way better than Xerxes up front, and is also better than Højlund's up front. And I think if Chido gets flipping Højlund's chance, he scores.
He scores. Yeah, he scores.
You know what I mean? I would have small boyed him though.
They would have. They small boyed all of our players. They small boyed everybody.
And I reckon Chido would have had that, like, because he's younger. I don't give a toss. I'm still gonna fight. I feel like he would have given more of a fight in terms of against the two centre backs still.
We'll just get fist up, son. And Xerxes, because Xerxes get fist up in the first half as well. So
that's the big man to be getting fisted up like that. Pause.
Yeah, it was childish.
Fisted up in crazy.
It's his lack of athleticism. It's his lack of athleticism. He arrives at certain duels a bit too late, and also in certain duels, instead of him like trying to pen the player, receive the ball. I mean, secure possession, then do something. He's trying to fight the player and try to do like a first-time back heel. And that's why he loses bare duels every single week.
So bro's trying to fight the player, yeah?
Yeah.
Say no more, King. Let's quickly talk about the Sir Jim interview with Gary Neville. TG, you haven't watched it yet. Michael, you haven't watched it yet. I caught the first 20 minutes or so. So it was straight after the Arsenal game. It was down in London. Obviously, we know Gary Neville well. He is one of the biggest faces in British punditry. And he's a Manchester United fan, played for us for 20 plus years, represents the fan, just a Manchester lad. I don't think he went easy on him. The first 20 minutes,
He did not. He was onto him. He was onto him about decision making. He was onto him about like the finances stuff, like taking away £40,000, which I didn't know about, which was actually for some of the more older players, not the guys in the 90s, the guys in the 70s and 80s. And you could tell that Gary took offense to that, which I actually respect for him to speak about that. He was also saying, why are you allowing the Glazers to get away with this? And you are now taking their bullets. Like, so I thought Gary did a phenomenal job as an interviewer, because he had, and I think he kind of exposed Jim as a CEO. And I think a lot of CEOs are like this. They don't know all the minute details of the club.
Of course. Yeah,
and that's why you don't put CEOs in front of people that got to ask all these details.
Yeah.
And it kind of exposed that certain things that Jim didn't know, or he's like, nobody gave that suggestion. And obviously, Jim kind of looks crazy, but I think it makes the other United
staff the management team, as he called it. Yeah.
It doesn't look crazy. Speaking on the summer was hilarious. Like, you could just see how chaotic it was. Like, bro, we basically just got there, and it was a big decision to make with ETH, which I did understand from them. I think it's quite hard for them to come in and just sack him, but I think they can, because they're the new regime. and say this ain't our bag.
They could have kitchen sinked it, innit?
Yeah. But I think clearly, but what I don't think Jim really said, which would have been the truth, was we wanted to get rid of him. We just couldn't find somebody that we wanted because they definitely didn't want him in there. And you can see
that's why it took them so long to score it up, right?
I was onto Ineos from the start because of that reason. I was like, bro, you can't start a whole new resume and have the old guy in charge, man. Get this guy out. So when
it was quite interesting how they kind of spoke about like figures in terms of like the money the club owes and how he was like, listen, we gotta be smart with the money. And one point that Sir Jim did make that a lot of United fans don't take in is that you can say what you want about the Glazers, but the Glazers did back the managers, and he did give them.
They overbacked them, right? Imagine we
overbacked them, and we're paying the price for that. And he mentioned a certain man by name, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I need to look in still.
He said Casemiro. He said Poland. He said Onana.
Sancho and Anthony.
So all them men are gone in the summer, basically. All of them men.
He said, like, you got to remember, we didn't sign these players. Like, we're still
that's
paying.
a violation. And the reason why it's such a peak thing, lads, is that you expect probably Højlund and Onana to be there next year. Because especially Onana, because to me that shows that that man want all these men replaced. Casemiro, he's on his way out.
They got eyes, bro. They got eyes, man.
Yeah.
I was shocked with the Højlund one because I thought it's a lot of money. But again, I forgot it weren't them that paid for him.
It weren't them.
It weren't their investment.
When he was speaking about the signings, it reminded me of Lampard. It was like we allowed a goal from a corner, then another goal, another goal. Like he was basically like, that was not us, bro. That was not us. And basically,
what the Soldier Boy?
Yes. Yeah, basically, word to Soldier Boy. So he essentially kind of took a lot of ownership. He obviously didn't speak too heavy on the Ashworth situation. He was just like, listen, chemistry. Let's call it chemistry, yeah? And then they were like, obviously, the guy, they've probably spoken, you know what I mean? And I think Neville's point about the 40 bags and saying that like Bruno and Maguire could have done a little like a fundraiser, or like the players could have all chipped in, or even the fucking senior team could have chipped in, and just all taken a little bit of a pay cut to continue to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if sooner rather than later we saw that come in, because obviously them man in the 90s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they didn't really make money like that. They contributed to the club, the community all this time. And what's 40 bags really?
Yeah.
Really? So
I do believe that the club can't just. I do agree with Jim. Like you can't just say it's only 40k for everything because that's how you waste money. And I agree with that. I think that's a 40k
that you can. Yeah,
that matters. I feel like if you played for Manchester United, like, and Manchester United is one of the biggest clubs in the world, you shouldn't be short for cash. I'm sorry. Like, if you are like a contributing player for Man United, not somebody who's here for a short time, but a tenured player at the club, they should be looking after you, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? So, because you're part of the fabric of the club. So, even the player, and the thing is, I would like the players to do it, but shouldn't it be on onus on the players. It shouldn't. Like, that's not.
Them man, they're millionaires as well.
Yeah.
Them C-suite guys are millionaires as well. You lot,
it should be on them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
even
man.
Fergie, bro. Like, come on, you might
have to check. Pay that out of your pocket, bro. Pay that out of your pocket, King.
Yeah. I said it's like dynamic, bro.
Yeah, and he's very, and also what was the he very heavily, very clearly, very strongly backed Amarim.
It was very complimentary. It was very complimentary.
I need to look at
that point about if you look at the players we're missing and the remaining squad, it's a very good point. He shouldn't have said Nottingham Forest because Nottingham Forest.
Right.
What did he say about Nottingham Forest? What did he say?
We have to wait, bro. Like if you take away like the players that we do not have available, so Anthony's gone out on loan. He's on like 200 bags. Sancho's basically on loan, but to be gone. He's on 350 whack. Rash is on like 300 as well. So those are the three players on loan. Then you've got like Ahmad injured. Okay, you didn't mention Ahmad, but Mount's on big money. He hasn't played. Shaw's on big money. He hasn't played. He goes, if you take that away from our wage structure, of the remaining wages, which money is a very high correlation to quality of player because you tend to pay better players more. That's how it works. it's like a mid-table level wage budget, which
Okay.
does kind of make sense because if we look at the players that we have available, they're not very good.
Yeah.
But the problem is that all of our players are not very good. Do you know what I mean? All of our players are not particularly very good. And even the guys on loan outside of Rashford aren't particularly good either. Do you know what I mean? But they're high earners. So
it's just funny. It's just like this is quite honestly like a case study in how to decimate $1 billion company. Like, every move we've made in the last decade has been the wrong one, or the vast majority of them have been, because there was at least a time we were getting in good quality, and maybe we didn't have the right manager, right system. But these last few years, the players we brought in on the prices we brought them in is what screwed us over. Really,
see what I think is so fun. Bro, everybody likes to shout out Ed Woodward for his strategy and some of the money he put people on, and I do agree to a certain extent. But nothing has done damage to Manchester United like the ETH years. Nothing, because with Woodward, yes, we overpaid on certain players. Yes, not all the deals worked out, but these players were at least good. Which maybe there's someone like Rojo will be a starter for us right now. Bailly will be our best defender. Daily Blind, oh my god, we will kill for Daily Blind, right? Let alone the Di Marias, the Pogbas, the Falcaos, the Mkhitaryan's in his prime, the Zlatan Ibrahimovic's that we signed earlier. Why Matters another signing that we made, quality player. We didn't like Fellaini. Fellaini is better than Bearman we signed recently. Like Memphis Depay, better than Bearman we signed recently. We had players with actual quality, right? What we've done in recent years, especially that first Oli window, that was the start of us literally pissing money away. Let me tell you the Oli window, yeah? The first window.
Was that the Sancho
Wan-Bissaka, Maguire?
Wan-Bissaka, 13 million on Dan James, and then we spent 40 on Bruno. Bruno 1 is actually calm.
Yeah, that was January, right?
Maguire, the biggest issue with Maguire is that it wasn't amortized. It was 80
straight out.
All in.
Jesus.
All in.
No,
that's we had that 200 million in the bank. And you didn't recover.
Bro, you know what?
Then it was COVID.
The good thing about that is that it's not part of the big debt that we owe right now. So at least we already cleared that one. You know what I mean? Then we went in and wasted 40 million on Donny van der Beek and just basically never played him. Literally never played him. Then we have the Sancho debacle. We have the Casemiro's a mad signing, but I can let that slide because he did give us some money in the first year. And he's actually a good player. Just can't run, and if you manage him, he's okay. But we overpaid. Cool. I thought Varane was fine. I thought Varane was a good signing. I'll stand on that. I think Varane was a good signing.
Yep.
Then we got to Anthony, Mason Mount, Højlund,
Jesus,
trifecta.
Yeah,
terminated us.
The quality dipped badly, and the fees are the same or even worse. That's the problem.
With all these signings, people keep thinking of the money. You're not also thinking of the opportunity cost of not being a player.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So Mason Mount could have been Maddison. Anthony could have been Kudus for half the price, right? Højlund could have been literally anybody.
Any striker. I was about to say any striker.
Osimhen.
It could have been anyone. It could have been anyone.
Literally anybody.
Tony, one gotta go.
Come on,
you know when you go to a shooting range and you're just not hitting no targets, you're just hitting nothing, bro. We just missed so many shots.
So the end of Oli, so the Oli ETH era is what has completely sent this club over the rails. Because before under Jose, we still were making bare money. We had a lot of quality. I remember with that quality, we had young talent in Martial and Rashford. And Lingard was like not young, but he was actually a pretty good
the young prospect Lingard.
We had promising talent that we can actually bank on. Like,
but we've just squandered so much P, and that's what Sir Jim was talking about. The amount of money that we owe is insane. It's insane. Oh, mate, and we can't really recruit the P's. We can't really recruit the P's either.
No, it's a crazy debacle. Like, he obviously has to be confident, Sir Jim. That is, I ain't. It's gonna take a while. The Premier League's a different landscape than it was when we were dominating. We were the only superpower, right? You got Chelsea about, you got City about, you got Liverpool about. Arsenal aren't afraid to spend money either. Newcastle got a bit of money now. So it's a different beast. But just to be there competing for titles and just being a team we enjoy watching, few guys out of the academy developed here, some of the best players in the world. I'll take that, man. I'll take that.
So but I think it's doable, but it just depends if we have the money. Because you need quality, and when I say money, you don't need to spend $1 zillion to get good players. You just need to buy good players, whether they cost a lot. Like if a player's available, let's say for example, Isak. Let's say we actually had 140 million to spend on Isak, I would do it. That will improve our team, for example. Yeah, I'm sure Isak is above us.
Only signing in the summer, just Isak.
No,
I will literally, I will literally take that because
just one signing.
Isak is a force multiplier.
I hear you, and I hear the premise, but I just feel like
obviously we need a lot of players, yeah. But no other player we're gonna sign is gonna all those players. Their impact's not gonna be like Isak. But let's say I'm just trying to make a point of Isak is a very expensive signing. I would do it. But there's some signings that might cost 15-20 million. Like for example, Masraoui, that's a £50 million signing. That's quality.
Yeah,
like
quality,
so buying good players, they don't have to be expensive. Like I'm seeing United fans quite angry with Durgu. I think Durgu looks pretty good so far, and he's sort of a young player that's probably going to improve, right? So I don't mind the project signings. We can't go and buy ready-made talent all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
We can't, and we didn't.
Especially now,
and that's there's nothing about now. Manchester United have never always gone to buy ready-made talent. That's never been a Manchester United thing. We'll do that here and there. Fergie will pull for a young Varane or a Van Nistelrooy or a Van Persie or Berbatov, yes.
Just to get you over the top. The team's there, and it's just a little bit on top.
Yeah. But we also bought and developed quality players, right?
Yeah.
So, like, they were young, quality players. We can do the same thing, and that's what I'll be on to. Like, just get us good players.
Yeah,
but
man.
Do we have money? Yeah.
I'm gonna need certain brothers. I'm gonna need certain brothers to get sold this summer. Anyway, let's go to let's go to the awards section, guys. So let's start with the Get Big Simon as defensive coach if he ain't managing award. So this is the award for positive or negative manager of the week. TG, I'm gonna start with you this week. Which manager do you want to shout out this week for positive or negative performance?
Crystal Palace's manager, Glasner.
Okay.
I feel like Steady Eddie. He's just done the right things with Crystal Palace, just like getting the right results week after week. I don't think Mateta didn't play this week. They still got the dub, kept a clean sheet, and yeah, man, they're just doing their thing silently. But and compared to like the start of the season where it was looking very bleak, they've turned things around, and I just think that they're on the up, man. Shout him out.
Fair. Michael, who's your Get Big Simon as defensive coach if he ain't managing winner this week?
Bournemouth manager Iriola.
Okay.
I think they played some scintillating football. They had a disallowed goal yesterday. I think it was Clivert that scored it. That was disallowed. Some of the best football I've seen in a long while. Kirkes looks like a real player. I know he's linked with Liverpool. I don't know what his fee would have been. That would have been some. Obviously, we got Durgu now, so it's not someone we'll be interested in. But that type of player, the ball we put in for their first goal, oh my goodness! So yeah, Bournemouth, I think they're a very, very good team. He's got them playing very well, and Sir Jim was talking about budgets and getting the team to play under certain budgets. Bournemouth must be a team that is getting the best considering their budget. So yeah, I think he's a top manager, man.
Fair, cool. Disu, who you going with this week? Get Big Simon as defensive coach if he ain't managing.
I think I'm gonna give it to Nuno Espirito, whatever his name is. Can't remember. Yeah, the fact that with 10 games to go or something, Nottingham Forest are firmly entrenched in the Champions League race is really, really, really impressive. Especially when he came to the club when he was just trying to keep them up, and now he's got them right in the mixer. I'm really impressed with that, and obviously I'm a big fan of certain players like Morgan Gibbs-White. So yeah, big up Nuno. Brilliant stuff.
I'll stay with you. It's not double denim, so moment which had you rattled this week.
Oh, the Hoyland chance. I just wanted to get on the pitch and just slap him.
Yeah, why I order. Calm.
Wow.
Michael, what moment had you rattled this week, sir?
I was gonna say Holland as well, but do you know what? I will actually. Do you know what? Rice's finish, because as soon as he left his boot, I knew it was going in. and I was just like, man, oh man, for all our we've been on top of them in the second half. We didn't take our chances. Xerxes missing. It's not obviously the flick. He didn't put that in. Hoyland's had a few chances that he's sort of fluffed, and then Rice. Fantastic finish. You're like, that's just a good goal.
Yeah.
And you just have to say, obviously, Bruno and Casemiro, though, too deep. If they, I thought at a moment, if you had another, that's the problem with the system, I guess, because there's not a number 10 who would normally sit on their opposing 6, and we had no one sitting on their opposing 6, and then voila, there you go. You got a 6 that's capable of scoring like he does. So yeah, that rattled me a bit, but it was what it was.
How about you, TG? What moment rattled you this week?
I think Bruno's free kick, because I now have to put my match to the side. that was tough for me. And also,
I remember in the peak Bruno hate days, like when he do like a mad pass or like a bad boy finisher. Nah, man. Oh shit, I don't care.
You know what? Yeah, because he still have quality, I will respect it. It was if McTominay scored, I was not celebrating. It's no.
I celebrate
for 40 minutes.
And because he scored just as the half was ending, like I said, man, I don't trust these lot at all. So I thought that record was gonna go, man. So it was rattling, but we made it in the end, Sha.
Yeah, I thought that record was gone, bro.
Yeah, bro, I thought it was gone, bro.
That record was gone. Do you know what's even peaker about it? It's not just like we haven't lost when we are winning at half time. We've won like 90% of the games.
Yeah,
when we win at half time with like 92% or something win rate, which
crazy
is
stat.
Absolutely insane, man.
Yeah.
And that Rodney was like, "Oh, you lot are going on about. That's all we got, bro.
That's all we. That's all we. You know the one pair of jeans that you got that for every race. That's all we got right now, bro.
Oh, you're in the diesel jeans. All right, you're on the diesel jeans again, bro. Yeah.
Come on, man. This costs £80, fam.
Come on, bro. Man. You know
get the money's worth out of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Diesel.
Every fit.
Cool. Next one is the Zero agenda of the week. Michael, Dr. Michael, what's your agenda this week?
Agenda of man. I'm gonna but that's boring. You know what I want to see? I want to see Hoyland get out of his dip, man. I want to, because now to the end of the season, he's got an agenda.
That's not Make a Wish.
Make a wish.
That's not an agenda.
Agenda. Well, that's what you want me to go. All right, come back to me. Come back to you. Come back to me.
Disu, what's your agenda this week?
Dallo is the most idiotic football player in the history of the game.
What did he do specifically yesterday that peed you off?
There was one time, he won the ball off. What's my man's name?
I knew it. Ranieri.
And he just kicked the ball. He just ran the ball off the pitch.
Oh my god!
Bro, he
God! He is annoying.
When he done that,
that's so annoying.
He can never make it. He can't make it.
That is so annoying. Yeah, I remember that very clearly as well, man. Cool. TG, what's your agenda this week, my good brother?
I've got one now.
I'm trying to think. Go to Michael. Go to Michael.
I've got. I think we've seen a future England captain in Aiden Heaven.
I'm dead.
You know what an agenda is? An agenda is not positive, bro. Bro's kind of come with the positive pasta vibes, man. Nah, bro. What are you on to? So you can say what on to. So what your agenda is that Aiden Heaven is going to be a future England captain.
Yeah, that
could be your agenda if you want. Like sometimes a person can have an agenda where they really rate a player that nobody else rates as highly. That's where you want to go.
Well, no, I think he must be rated highly because he obviously comes on. He can't come on against Arsenal, but the way he was composed,
like, he ain't all that.
No, obviously
what
the
they
Arsenal fans. Well, you said Arsenal fans said that.
Yeah, but they would, wouldn't they?
No, obviously they're better in it because obviously we took two of their starlets off their hands. Said thank you very much. And I know there were some journalists, or the journalists on the podcast that said, why has he gone there? He must have gone for the money. Let him go for the money, man. He's a talented young man and he's a future England captain. I've said it now.
Okay.
Recorded.
TG, what is your agenda this week?
My agenda this week's on Garnacho. I've made my mind up.
Okay.
The guy's tunnel vision is not allowing him.
Was he not good yesterday?
No, it was all right. It was one of his better games, but there was a couple moments I thought his decision making could have been better. There was a shot he took with his left foot that's gone over the bar that I feel like if he had passed it out wide, if he passed it out wide and got back into the box, I think he probably would have got the ball back for a better like striking opportunity. And I feel like with Garnacho, this is gonna sound mad, but I feel like if he plays for any other team apart from Man United, I think he'll do way better, bro. I think he'd be a way better player. Like, I just feel like his arrogance, like what he thinks of himself, he thinks that he's more than Man United. And I feel like if he had that mentality at any other football club, I feel like it would work in his favor. But this is Man United, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just feel like it goes against him just because it's Man United. And I feel like if he was to actually go to another team, I think he would kick on and be a much better player.
What do you think? Could we ever got the infrastructure now for him as a young player to? Because obviously we're basically relying on him. It's not as if like
the fact he's not that talented. Like he just still be not that talented, but he just be not that talented in a Chelsea shirt, not that talented in a Liverpool shirt.
Literally. It wouldn't look as bad as it has.
I think he'd look worse.
No, man. No, I think he'd actually be a player for some of these teams, bro. I swear down. But it's because we're Man United and what we've seen.
Is he more talented than Doku?
No.
Is he more talented than Martinelli?
Yes.
Ooh. But Martinelli, people
more talented than Lewis. Yeah.
Martinelli is was, bro.
Is he more talented than Lewis? They got the same traits to me. Fast. Is he more talented than Lewis Diaz?
No,
nah,
definitely not. Definitely not.
Too cold, man.
Cool. Is he more talented than Pedro Neto?
No. But I still think the Man United shirt for him is just way too heavy, and for him to be arrogant, for him to be so arrogant and he just thinks too much of himself at United, bro. And it's like, bro, this is Man United, bro. Get a grip.
The CR7's the idol, isn't it? So you know.
I respect that. Idolo. All right, cool. Let's finish up with some. Oh no, sorry. Last one is the ESR. I know I have talent. Underrated Player of the Week award. I'll start with you, TG. Who's your underrated player this week?
I'm going Kirkes at Bournemouth. Proper left back, proper machine. Like Michael said earlier, his assist for that goal, absolutely brazy, bro. Like, I just feel like someone's gonna snap him up, and I think it's gonna be Liverpool.
He's going Liverpool.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be Liverpool, and that's gonna pay me because I feel like that's another replacement that they've got for Robertson, and I think he's just gonna he needs a move now. I feel like he's a very good player, and I feel like man, just underrated, man.
Fair, brother. I hear you. Underrated as AF. All right, cool. Disu, who's your underrated ESR? I know I have talent award winner this week.
I'm going for Fabian Ruiz of PSG.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quality footballer.
Yeah.
And finally, Michael, who's your underrated ESR? I know I have talent player of the week.
He sometimes splits opinion, but I like Yuri Tielemans, man. I think he's
baller.
Tielemans is a baller still.
Baller.
Such a neat footballer. And I remember when his contract was running out at Leicester. Those cool. Will he come to United? Will he not? And yeah,
me and Seb, I checked the other day. Me and Seb were saying we should sign him in that window.
Sebi ruined his stocks with that video. That's what it was, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, we were trying to. Me and Seb, like we were saying,
that video went worldwide.
That summer, we should sign Lavia, Madders, and Tielemans. That's what we said.
That would've been
and what we did was we signed Mason Mount.
Bloody hell!
But Lavia can't stay fit though. That's what worries me about Lavia. Even though he's a baller and that, like how many times?
Yeah, but he's a kid right now, so I'm not sure how much of that is he's just generally injury prone or is a bit of bad luck. Obviously, I'm not a medical expert, so I can't speak on that. But 60-something million on Lavia, Lavia and Maino, we're literally set for a decade.
Yeah. Would have been
Yeah.
peak.
Does the Lavia injury issues not worry you?
Not at this moment because he's a young player. I'm not sure if this
What's
is
he
just like
injured
his
with
bag.
right now?
I'm not
You
even
tell
sure.
you tell us, doctor.
I need to know the
The doctor
diagnosis.
The doctor asked us
Man's
what
too busy telling jokes, bro. Tell us the team, lad.
I'm trying to see what he's out with.
diagnosis and stuff,
Hey,
brother.
don't
I was
kill me.
asking us, you know. Shit's
Yeah.
crazy.
The game's gone, Gaffer.
Doctor Who,
Hamstring.
man.
Whoa.
Growing a hamstring are the ones I typically hear with Lavia, but yeah, you're right. We'll see. But top class, 40 mil. I think Chelsea got him for. No brainer, man. Like they're way better when he plays as well. Let's finish up with some listeners' questions. First one is from Cheer was here. Shout him out. Assuming Euro and Martinez are two of the starting CBs going forward, what profile of CB best suits the third slot?
A
Big
brute.
ass
Yeah.
and
A brute.
fast.
Yeah.
We lack speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need a proper athlete as the
Yeah.
third back.
Basically like
Literally.
Saliba.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm
we
not
wish.
going to get him,
We
but
wish.
I'm just saying it in that mode.
We
mode of
wish.
A
defender.
proper athlete or a proper athlete?
Give me
We
an
need
athlete.
athletes. We need.
Give me an
we haven't got-
athlete.
Yeah. Give me an athlete still.
We don't have athletes in our team. That's the problem, man. We
I
don't
like
have
that one.
anyone-
Athlete. That's a good. I am
Cool.
athlete.
They destroyed that franchise, man.
Yeah.
Next one is what's the latest score between Sebi and the Surulere Reds? I can't lie. It depends on how Villa and Rashford perform on any given week, and he didn't do anything of note this week, so they're 2-0 up this week because they played midweek. He came off and they won, and he didn't play a big part in their win against Brentford on Saturday, so they're up this week.
They got
Next one.
towards the Jericho, fam.
Yeah, man. You won't come back on this pod, maybe. Underscore OJ215. How many goals does Weghorst and Igalo get in this team?
Combined 0.
No,
Unks would have had about maybe 4 or 5 still. I can't lie.
Igalo might get something cooking.
Yeah, it would have got out of the mud
Weghorst
still.
nothing.
Virgo 0.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's hard.
I agree.
I can't
Absolutely
believe that
not.
actually happened, man. That's man.
Those
We-
were
we
dark
went through it.
days, bro.
ETH hates us.
Nah, ETH, if I ever catch that guy, yeah. Oh,
No, I pick
God.
that thing. If I ever
When
catch
I'm
you,
true, it's
Broke
you.
as hell.
When I'm true, it's you.
well, I'm sure it's you.
Next one
Let
is
me at him. Let me at him.
Next one. That save from Onana where he could have easily caught it but parried it right into Martinelli.
Bro, my heart.
It's not double denim.
Yeah.
Next one from CNG Boy. Am I bugging or is Nacho better from the right than the left? I think we said this in his first season, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, on the right, his game is cleaner. But on the left, he's probably maybe a bit more threatening on the left. But his game's cleaner on the right. On the left,
I've not recall him coming in off the left, cutting in and scoring. I don't think I recall, because that's the benefit of being on the left, right? If you're right foot, you can cut in.
But to do that, you actually have to be able to shoot.
Shoot, yeah. You can't shoot, bro.
That's the fundamental issue here.
Yeah.
Because a few times he's done it, like the FA Cup final, wasn't it? He came in from the right, came in onto his left and slotted it. He's
even
more threatening doing that.
That was community shield.
Oh, community shield. Sorry, my bad.
Against City, isn't it? Yeah,
against City. It was against City. Yeah, my bad.
He hasn't done that again. Like
That's a quality finish as well. That's a quality finish as well.
He likes that cutting. Like he tried it yesterday as well near the end of the game. Like throughout the rest of the game,
the reason why is that defenders don't want to give you the outside because all the bodies are in the middle. So it's actually easier to dribble into the middle of it's easier to get into infield than it is to beat somebody down the outside.
Yeah.
And so good players kind of use that to their advantage. So you see that with Ahmad. So once Ahmad cuts inside, he usually cuts past 2 or 3, then he could play a pass. Yeah. So and I think Garnacho actually kind of utilized that. The issue with him is that when he cuts inside, he's already made up his mind he's going to shoot. So sometimes he draws people in, and instead of him just to play that pass for somebody to maybe have a first-time finish, also able to put a better cross into the box, he still dribbling, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I'm not gonna get a shot off. Oh, here you go. Here's the ball." So I think that's something that he could work on. But he did it better. Sorry, he did better with that against Arsenal though.
Yeah, agreed. Until he got to the end and then he saw the bright light. And
It's crazy.
It's crazy as well because it's crazy as well because like when it doesn't work, the player's like, damn man, that's what I'm saying, man. What's wrong with the crowd? It's like, bro, this happens to you every single time. Like, at what point do you just accept that this is you? This is your reality, you know what I mean? Cool. Next one is from Midday Don't Care. Is Højlund pound for pound our worst striker ever? I'm struggling to think of one that would have messed up the way he did for that chance yesterday.
Between him and Weghorst, definitely.
Weghorst is worst, I think.
Yeah,
Between him and Weghorst.
Pace, bro.
No. Weghorst is a better footballer than Højlund, but he's still a worse striker because he was getting put clean through on goal, and then he will have to slide tackle the finish because he was getting caught. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, he was sluggish.
Yeah.
Sluggish.
U90 if anyone has watched it, thoughts on the gym. We watched it, gave our thoughts. Farazzle 92. Based on our current situation, which strikers would you bring in to bolster the attack?
Liam Delap or Hugo Ekitike?
I like Ekitike, but I think Osimhen would be a good striker as well. I feel like he can occupy defenders. I feel like you said,
Osimhen is hella bush, but I'll sign Osimhen in a heartbeat.
Yeah, like he's an athlete, like you said, bro.
Elite athleticism.
Bro. Yeah, like he's gonna have.
He's that old school man with Drogba when like one player can hold up a whole back line and just give them a try.
Even in the air, the guy jumps like flipping Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Like, that's what gets him in because he's unorthodox, like jumping and some acrobatic finishes that he goes for. It's like, bro, you don't need to. You've got no song in your discography that says like that.
Another, he's a first ballot I am athlete.
I am athlete. Yeah, no doubt about it. He's 26. When he went back to Nigeria one summer, the people he was playing with, i.e. his friends, those brothers weren't 26, man. We'll leave it at that.
Hey, listen, Nigeria's different, but life is a bit rough. People grow up a lot older.
The pain ages you, bro. The pain ages you, bro.
5 years old looking 15, yeah?
Bro. Small boy, no road. Follow him.
Follow him, bro. Follow him. Cool. And second one is, based on how the season has gone, is there any truth in the Hyena conspiracy? Bro, man, I said, is there any truth in that? Bro,
clearly, bro.
Why says conspiracy? Of all the things to specifically make up a hyena, like, do you know how specific that is? I can't believe people are questioning that.
Listen, that hyena.
You can't believe people are questioning a hyena being buried under so heated in Old Trafford.
Bro, of all the things, of all the animals, of all the things you said, a man specifically named a hyena. That's true, man.
Yeah, live, bro.
Man could have said a dog, a cat. Man could have said a hyena flown in from the Pride Lands, Lion King.
Bro,
okay. So human being, yeah. So now hyena has now arrived at Manchester International Airport.
Yeah.
My next question to you is: how did Pogba get the hyena into Old Trafford?
He put it in a Moncler, bro.
Heated, bury it, and ensure that there was no trace and the grounds were still intact.
That's what the money's for, brother.
He's in cahoots with the groundsman, number one.
Here's where the money comes in. Money heist. Here's where the money comes in.
That's what the money is for. Well, asking me about the logistics of a criminal empire. That's what the money is for, bro. It got in PJ, private jet, into Manchester Airport.
Hyena in the Moncler, bro. He disguised it, bro.
Hyena in the Moncler. That's the pod title. That is a pod title. Hyena in the Moncler.
I'm telling you, bro. They were none the wiser. They didn't know. They didn't have a clue, bro.
They put the hyena in the Moncler.
That's Snoop Doggy Dog. Nah.
Hyena, Moncler, and Yeezy slides. Don't.
Let him through. Don't need rappers. Whatever his name is.
Yeah, man. Request.
Oh.
Fair. I believe that. I believe
until
they dig up that hyena.
It's not getting any better, bro.
That's why we have to move to a new state. Just burn the
Yeah,
whole.
bro.
I'll
They're
hold
gonna
you
close it
stadium,
down.
bro.
They're gonna close it down, bro. Shut it down, boy. Shut it down. They're gonna close it down, man.
No. And next one is from Pope Sweezers. Is it me or has Xerxes been markedly improved since getting booed off before halftime? Do we need to start bullying these guys into not being shit?
Bro.
No, I don't think he just got a bit more used to the league a little bit, but there's still a long way for him to go. And I don't think that's bullying. I don't think United fans are holding him accountable for his performances. They're just being dickheads. That's what they're being.
Yeah, man. I feel like bullying works, but not in this case, because I just feel like you said, he just needed some time to adapt.
Agreed. It was very nasty. It's one of the nastiest stuff I've seen this
They
fan
ain't booed Hoyland.
Still. They just attack him on Insta. And he responds, I don't think you should say that. So yeah, we are. Gents, a 1-1. We got the midweek game against Real Sociedad, return leg. We will have the player ratings pod recorded after that. So yeah, like I said, last 4 games, you're getting all 4 of them in one, yeah? TG, Michael, Disu, it's always a pleasure. We go again, lads. Peace.
Peace.